What's up, everybody? Welcome to a very, very special episode of The Voice of Reason. Today, we have a very special guest lined up for you. I hope you guys are all having a good day, despite everything that we have been learning in the media recently, which is absolutely disgusting. And I think has had a lot of us just rethinking how we view humanity in general, because this has been a wild ride. We thought it was going to be bad, but it's honestly worse than I ever could have possibly imagined. So, welcome back.
And guess what? We still haven't seen the worst.
Yeah, we haven't even actually seen the videos and shit.
I know. Yeah,
I don't think I can. I'm gonna.
Well, no, yeah. Keep in mind everything that's been in writing in those Epstein files. There are video evidence, all of that. Which I don't want to. I'm tired of talking about it. These people. Yesterday's episode tore me up, man. That was a hard episode to do because I can't stand just harming kids, and the way they did it and made a sport out of it is just absolutely disgusting.
The only laugh we got was Rufus farting at the beginning. That was it.
I know that was actually the highlight of the episode. Yeah. So we, like I said, we have a very special episode. The person that we have on the show tonight, I met in Philadelphia, and it's one of my favorite stories to tell, because I was in Philly for the meeting with Chairman Paul and the Black Lion Party for International Solidarity. And after Chairman Paul got done speaking, he has to duck out and restart, I think he said, or did somebody else? I think he has to restart. Okay. Anyway, one of my favorite people that I met, I was staying in no, I don't think so. Oh. One of the favorite people that I met, sorry, I have to start my story over. Sorry. Room full of 150 people, and all of a sudden I hear my full government name being yelled out from the back of the room, and I'm like, oh man, what did I do? And then Chairman Afrika comes running up. He's like, oh man, I love your videos. It's so nice to meet you. And ever since then, there we go. Ever since then, Mike had the duck out.
Yeah, Mike.
Chairman Afrika, welcome to the show. How are you doing? Let me go ahead and do it.
Welcome.
Mike had to drop out and restart his computer. Let me go ahead and unmute him here. Oh, actually, I think can you unmute your mic for me? Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Good.
All right, technical difficulties. There we go. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Outstanding. How you guys doing?
Good.
As good as we can be in this hellscape, you know.
Yeah, I love telling that story because honestly, I had one of the most amazing times going to Philadelphia. You know what I mean? I think I told you the story. Like people were trying to talk me out of going, and it was just a lot of content creators talking and not really knowing what they were talking about. But I'm so glad I went down. It was definitely a core memory for me. Like I even got to go to Lippman's, where the original Black Panthers bought their uniform, which I thought was pretty amazing. And Chairman Afrika, you were actually the chairman of the new African Black Panther Party out in Newark, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, comrade. Yes, I am.
Right. How long have you been involved in this?
Oh, we've been working in the community for about 20 years now. But around 2019, 2020, we joined the Black Panther Party, the new African Black Panther Party. I mean, and then we started working there, started learning there, and then I ended up being the chairman a couple of years later, and here we are. And then we met in Philly.
That was, oh man. But I just, what we're going to talk about tonight, and I think what the core message of the original Panthers was, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, okay, because I don't like to speak out of turn, obviously, but the core memory was that they were uniting communities, any oppressed communities. It was absolutely about Black empowerment and protecting the community. But the reason why like people like Fred Hampton were seen as such a threat is because he was the rich people's worst nightmare. He was uniting anybody that felt that they were being oppressed and that was willing to stand up to the imperialists, the capitalists. So yeah, it was just a fascinating story. And I did not know before I went to Philly. Actually, I did know like a couple weeks before I went to Philly, I found out there was a White Panther Party. And of course, me being me, I got all excited about it. And then that's when Comrade Sam from Philadelphia reached out to me. And then we just ended up hooking up there. Now I've attended some of your classes. Like you guys have a podcast on YouTube, which I can actually pull up real quick. Let me add that to the stage.
I was going to say, I got to find this and sub to it. All power to the people.
All power to the people. And you guys have a podcast where you do educational work, you do after school programs. What are some other stuff that you guys do with as far as like community building goes?
Yeah, we have no let me see. Let me bring it back and start over. And then you could just cut in and interrupt whenever I'm talking too much. As Panthers, you have to study. If you want to be a Panther, you have to study the history. You have to understand what it means to be a Panther. I think I spoke a little bit about it in Philly, that being a Panther is not just joining a glee club, just joining something. Like, it's a philosophy, it's theories that you have to follow, that you have to believe in. And like, you have to study Maoism, you have to study Marxism, you have to study Leninism. Understanding Maoism will let me not start with Mao. Let me start with Marx. Understanding Marxism explains to you how the wealth in the society is divided, and who gets what, and who takes what. Studying Lenin, you understand about imperialism, about how imperialism worked, the final stages, the different stages of imperialism. And then when you study Mao, you understand how to defeat these people. So when you study Mao, Mao explains about how he had to go. And if you don't know who Mao is, Mao defeated imperialism in China. He went against, not only did he defeat the Chinese, he defeated the other European countries that was also in China, exploiting China. So he defeated like 3-4 superpowers, including the other side of China, whatever, the ones that was against him. But be that as it may, the way how Mao did it, he went to the peasants. He went to the people that worked in the fields, the one that grew the rice, that worked on the rice paddies. He went to them to organize them. And if you study Marxism, Marx really believed like middle class, the working people is who you go to be able to bring about revolution. Well, Mao said you have to go to the people down in those rice paddies. You have to educate them. You have to give them programs and teach them how to liberate themselves. So the programs we have are programs that work something like that. It's called survival programs. Because I live in Newark, New Jersey. It's like maybe the worst city in the state.
Oh, shit. Okay.
The children are reading. Listen to this, because like, it amazed me. The children are reading at a 5% proficiency, and they're doing math at a 6% proficiency. That's just the bare minimum. If this is what our children are learning in school, if this is what they're getting from the educational system, how far do we really expect them to go? So what do you do about it? Do you go to the mayor? Do you go to the governor? Do you go to all these people? Do you go protest? Do you scream? Or do you build survival programs and show people that you can do this without going to the government, without going to celebrities, without going to billionaires to fund it? You, the community, can do it. So like, the survival programs is supposed to be like it's supposed to be what? An example to the community on what we can do together. So like that, so we have a housing program, because Newark, listen, Newark is leading the nation in gentrification. If you go look it up, they did a study who owns Newark. Rutgers University did the studies, the Climb Report, and they broke it down how only about, I think, 30% of the homes in the city belong to the people that live here. The rest of the homes belong to corporations. So we are
nationwide now. Yeah,
exactly. So we are transient community. So what do you do in that circumstance? You can go around walking, you can be begging people, or you could do what the Panthers told you to do. All the way in the 70s, you organize your communities that wherever you live at. And remember, Pantherism is not a nationalistic. It's not supposed to be nationalistic. If you study Pantherism, it's supposed to be international. It's supposed to bring everybody in. So if you live in a community where you have Spanish people, you have white people, or if they want to call themselves Latinx, the people is who you go to and who you work with to try to build these institutions in the community and to show the dual contending power. So like, this is what we have. This is what the government is giving you. Where do you rather send your child? To the school that we have built, that we're teaching them how to be human beings, or the ones that teaching them to read 5% proficiency?
Yeah.
like as an organization. This is what you're doing. Go ahead. You about to say something, Jeremy?
What? Oh, go ahead, Jeremy.
Oh no, I was gonna say it's by design in America.
Yeah.
They designed the public education system to keep us stupid.
Yes.
That's why they don't like college educated people or people that decide to do research on their own and open their own eyes, is because it become a threat, and because they see through all the bullshit that they do.
And what upsets me so much is because like a lot of these communities, like you're talking about, the reason they're at those levels is because the communities are not invested in. We're not spending our taxpayer dollars, in those areas, but we're sure as hell spending them in the yuppie neighborhoods where the bankers live and the Wall Street execs. We'll send the money there. But that's also, why you guys have to do what you're saying with all the community stuff. It's just so upsetting that it shouldn't be that way. Anybody objectively can look at it and see that it's wrong, and we need to. Oh, I censored myself. I was going to say it. I was going to say an F-bomb. We got to freaking change it. Okay, there we go. Mike looks like he's having some more technical difficulties.
Yeah.
No, but it's even like when you go in and you actually walk inside the classrooms to see what is actually happening, how these things are happening. Imagine a classroom with like 30 kids in there. Like, let's say a third, fourth grade class with 30 kids in there. This kids probably didn't even eat before they come to class. They probably didn't even sleep right. They probably didn't eat, right. They didn't eat the night before. Then you put those 30 kids in front of one teacher. I don't know about you guys, but I work with kids every day. And 6 kids, trying to get 6 kids to do something is almost impossible. Now, having a room of like 30 kids in there and you're trying to teach them, it's like you can forget about it. So they just
2 kids is too much. Like talking about 30.
You just rush them through. But this is planned. They understand what's going to happen with this. They know there's too many children in there. So you go to the school, you complain, nothing happened. But then you meet people like Jeremy, people that are willing to actually go. Nah, seriously, like when you go confront the police and you're trying to do the media, all of this, that's activism. That's real revolutionary work. All the talking, all the preaching, all the writing books is just that. It's not actually confronting it and trying to deal with the issue. Like doing the media. Like I was looking for Jeremy because your videos were so good. Like when I saw them,
he's got that stuff down, man.
Yeah, nobody speaks for the people, baby. Nobody speaks for the people. Nobody captures what's going on out there. Nobody captures what happened to you, James, when they gassed you. Like if nobody captured that, nobody sees it.
Right.
So when I saw it work, I'm like, oh, go ahead.
It's funny you say that, Chairman, because like that's always something we've always wanted to bring to the table is not everyone can get out into the streets either to protest or to help their communities. So there's got to be a visibility. There's got to be a way to show these actions and show this solidarity to the people who can't always help on the streets. But people need to know that the community is out there and the community is supporting itself.
We have to see it, though. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't personally I feel like doing it should be enough, but we live in a world where people don't believe things unless they see it with their own eyes. I mean, we live in a world where people don't believe things that they do see with their own eyes. Well, so
on that note, sorry.
We're also isolated. If you didn't do the videos, I would have never met you.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, so it's huge. It's huge that you do the video because we are so isolated. We are all dealing with issues, and the whole problem, how they keep us divided, is by keeping us separate, isolating us. Well, go ahead, James. I cut you off, James.
No, you're good. Because on that note, you were saying how people have to see it to believe it. And I can't tell you how many people, first-time protesters, are going out to the No King stuff. And look, the mass protests and the indivisible, they've 50501, they have their own organizational problems, but it is important for these mass movements. And going out there for these folks to see the pigs just riot out of nowhere and start with their bloody horses. See, I didn't say the F word. I said bloody. I went British on it.
Yeah, you're doing good. Yeah,
start stomping on people and then tear gassing. There's this one amazing photo of this Australian reporter who turns her back to the police to turn to camera and then turns back to the police saying, like, you can see they're lined up here. Protesters are over here. It seems peaceful at the moment. Turns back away, look to the camera, like close out the segment. Pigs hit her with a freaking, see, I did the F thing right. Hit her with the tear gas cannon or whatever, hit her with a rubber bullet thing. And people saw that in person. And then other people saw that footage, and it's like,
Well-
not only is that the local police, ICE is doing even worse. And if ICE is doing all this stuff on camera, what do you think the pigs do on a daily basis? They've been doing this for years. They perfected it.
So here's a question I have for, everyone involved in what I'm going to start calling, mass community organizing. Is there going to be a push for legal observing? Like, are we going to be able to get communities mobilized to be the eyes and ears of itself and get what they're seeing onto the internet so everyone can see it? Because obviously they want to stop people from observing the atrocities that they commit. So is there going to be training from these community groups to get people to know how to observe and pass along that information as an organized method, not just a random one?
You want me to take it?
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, please.
Like right as us in our community, we don't like ICE is not the number one thing that we're working on. Like we're not like ICE is not our thing. ICE is not like our shtick. Like because people work at different things. Some people work like do feminism. Some people do whatever. The people that we see in the community that are here, like we provide them food. I mean, we help them get shelters. Now the people that are working like with doing ICE stuff, like working with those people, they should be organizing that community on how to handle that. I mean, but on the larger scheme of things, aside from that small group of people, Jeremy is here starting his organization where he's at. We're starting our organization where we at. What we're supposed to be doing, what the end goal is for us to organize the community where we can do that as an entire community. The whole entire, like we Panthers, we want everybody else to be a Panther. I want everybody that's on this screen to be a Panther or a Lion. I want everybody that's watching to be a Panther or a Lion. So we can all help each other.
Absolutely.
That's the only way we stop all this. But
we keep us safe. Yep.
Yeah, but our specific thing is not working with ICE. Like today, okay, for example, today I'm in charge of the after school program and like taking the kids to school, picking the kids up from school. Like that's like my daily task. So tomorrow when I wake up, I go pick up the children that can't make it to school, that their parents are not going to be there to take them to school. I take a couple of them to school. Then I pick them up after school. We go do the after school program. They do their homework. They do the boxing. We feed them. Then I take them home. This is my job every day. I mean, but we have other people that do the media, that put different stuff together, that do the housing program, that do all. We need as many people as we can come in so we could build this infrastructure to do exactly what you're saying. So like in 10 years, in 15 years, when they try to come do this shit, you have a whole community that's armed. Just imagine if ICE pulled up and the whole community, everybody came out their house with guns.
They would leave.
I have no idea how much Jeremy and I have been talking about that. Every bloody show.
And I think that's another thing, real quick, if I could jump in, Chairman, that people misunderstand is yes, we are okay with using your Second Amendment rights. I know you're not used to seeing people
say that.
Use their Second Amendment rights appropriately. That's not something Americans do. Okay. So, but that being said, like this is not a non-violent movement, but this is not a movement about going out and attacking people or going after ICE or going after. This is about protecting your community appropriately against what we're up against, but at the same time, making sure your community is taken care of.
I think we lost our way somewhere in allowing the fascists to take over because we equated modern nonviolence with something the like that Gandhi did, where he would allow himself
even
to
that
get
wasn't
beat up. And even that wasn't nonviolence. But I think we're looking at a nonviolence as a pacifism, and that isn't going to save us. We have to look at accepting that sometimes you're going to put yourself in harm's way to defend your community.
Right.
And we have to be willing to accept that what that community is. And it's bigger than just us. We have to focus our individual communities, but then those communities have to help standing up for each other. And once people start standing up and looking like a true resistance, I think the fascism is going to crumble really quick, but it's going to take some time.
They're not going to know what to do. If we unite, they're not going to know what to do if we unite. I mean, racism is by design in America to keep us separated. It's always
Of course
been like
it
that.
is. Classism, racism, everything. We're segregated by every way, nepotism, every way that we could separate those that have versus those that do not have. It's being employed against us.
What were you going to say, Chairman?
No, Mike, like what you said is spot on, though, Mike. We have all been socialized. Even I didn't go to school with you. I didn't grow up with you wherever you grew up at. But I knew, like, don't go get a gun. Like, I was told, because like you would consider us liberal. Like if you live in the communities we live in, like you're liberal, they say buying a gun is a bad thing, or the Second Amendment. Like the way they talk about it, like how you're supposed to trust the government, you're supposed to trust the police, you're supposed to trust the government. This is what you learn. Like when you go to school, we are socialized to think like this. So all of us, like to me, I never owned a gun. Cause like I never owned a gun because I believe I would use a gun. So cause like when I get to that stage, like there's no playing. And like and like life is so important to me. The most important thing to me in this world is a life. And taking that life would affect me. So I never, even I was in prison. I mean, and I'm gonna say like Malcolm X said, don't be shocked I said I was in prison, because most of you are in prison right now. But like,
there's prison at minimum for everyone.
I was in prison, and when you go to prison, everybody got to get you like a little knife, like a little shank. I mean, like a little shank. You got to have a shank, because like if you get into a fight, you got to be able to protect yourself. I never made a shank.
Hold up. With the way things are going, I may be end up in prison.
You have a shank?
Take notes.
Okay.
Let me take notes.
I thought he was going to pull up a shank.
Going.
Yeah, I thought
you mean like this? Is this the right length, Chairman?
Yeah.
But I never made a shank because I knew like I would use it.
You would use it. Yep.
Yeah. So to stop myself from using it, I never got one. So like I had the same mentality towards guns. Never get one. But the society that we live in, after learning everything that I have learned, it is stupid not for you to arm yourself. It is almost ignorant, because you're allowing these people that are already on paper, like the police in Newark, New Jersey, were under a consent decree from 2014 until probably like a couple of months ago, for stealing, for abusing, for shooting people, for brutalizing the community. So if you're sitting here and you're like, I'm not going to get a gun, there's something wrong with you. And then like because you hear the argument, people are like, they're doing it to white people now. White people getting to see it now.
It's true, sadly.
It hits different.
Yeah.
When you see yourself, it's yourself out there. That's the Tenement Square. That picture of what's his name? The one that they shot.
Alex
in the back. Alex.
Yeah.
To me, that picture of Alex should be going around the same way they did Tenement Square with the tank.
Yep.
Because that picture, like, I know it hit people. It hit everybody. Like that.
It broke Jeremy.
It broke me. It broke me. Like first Keith Porter, and then Renee Good, and then we had Alex Preddy. Like I believed in the peaceful protest thing up until this point. I believed in it. I did. You can ask Mike. Like I've been to 24 protests over the last year. And I believe that we can make a difference. And then when I started seeing people getting murdered on the streets and the government being like, oopsie, it made it in my head just click. Like if they could do that to them, they could do it to any of us.
So obviously some of this community support has to involve weapons safety, weapons training, philosophies around armament and defense, because someone like myself, who's never been a gun person, who probably can't ever imagine themselves being a gun person, I still find that I should know how to handle a gun. I shouldn't be afraid around guns if and when I find myself in the need of one. So do you find that there are communities willing to embrace this Second Amendment mentality versus resistance to it?
I want to jump in really quick on this, because it is just to build on that. There is actually a movement within liberals. There's still a lot of resistance to it, but my God, there are so many people now on LA, like Reddit for Los Angeles. And they're like, where can I buy a gun? Where do I go to buy a gun? Where can I get gun training? I'm like, my people, you are waking up. Okay. Sorry, Chairman. Rise up, Los Angeles.
I'm dropping a lot of bombs. I'm about to drop another one. When I was younger, in my first life, that's probably my second life, I was in the Marine Corps. So
shit, I know you're better.
Yeah, so I've shot guns. I've been around guns. And when people hear us saying you should arm yourself, they have laws here. You can easily go get a gun if you do like what you're supposed to do. There's nobody here advocating you to go get an illegal gun to put yourself.
No,
We have to say that for the people in the back. The
Absolutely.
People the one that be eating their boogers in the back.
Yeah, the slow learner. Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's
can't say for themselves.
Nobody's advocating. This government will come in and grab you and lock you up without you needing a gun or anything.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But we already understand that.
Yeah, don't give me a reason.
But when you go out and you seek adventurism, that's what we call it as Panthers. When you go out and do adventurism or do reactionary behavior, the people will not be behind you.
No, and you can't be.
Yeah, so we're not telling the
movement.
Yeah, we're not telling nobody to go out there and do it illegally. You got to learn. You got to learn where to keep your finger, how to keep your finger always away from the trigger unless you're ready to shoot somebody. You got to learn how to clean the gun. You got to learn how to break it down. You got to learn all the safety protocols because the worst thing you could do, like I said, is to take a life. I mean, so it's a responsibility that comes with all of this, that you have to discipline yourself and be sincere enough to learn all these things.
Well, that's the gravity of the situation. We're seeing people getting 47 days of training and given a weapon, and they're using it in a reactionary style. Just like you said, if the community has to be able to restrain itself and not act reactionary, all right, not be out there instigating people with their weapons, well, then the fascists can't do it either. The fascists have to be held accountable. And the only way to do that is for a population to arm itself. I guess that is the only way.
But Mao said, yeah, they can behave like that, but we must organize the community to be better than that. Like the people that we're organizing, like we talk about all this stuff, like you said, that we all think getting a gun, the Second Amendment, like we have funny feelings about it. And I said because we were socialized. And what we doing here, right here, the organizing work that we're going to be doing is organizing the community to know these things, because people are not going to organically wake up and everybody know this stuff. That's the seriousness of the work that we're doing. This is not a game. Like everything that you're saying has to be manifested and put into the people. You have to organize the people to know this shit, or they're going to go out there, they're going to be listening, and they're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to go get a gun. Yeah, Afrika said, Chairman Afrika said, go get a gun. No, like you have to organize, you have to go in their boots on the ground and like knock on the door, your next door neighbor. Ain't nobody tell you to go far. Talk to your next door neighbor, the one next door after that. Start to work that way, and that's how you build from there. Then I'll meet you in Philadelphia like I met Jeremy. I'll pop up because I've seen your work on Facebook or whatever, and we build. But it all starts with us building those institutions. And I keep stressing that because the normal person really don't understand what you mean when you say institutions. They probably think like a business or a store. I'm talking about like a school, like economic centers, medical centers. When people get sick, we got to have ambulances instead of making somebody pay fucking $5,000 to get a ride down the block.
Yeah, cheaper to take an Uber.
But let's create that. Let's create it in the community. But this is how you take away power from them. You don't need to pick up a gun. You start to build these things. This is what Mao and them say. This is why they're scared of Mao. When you hear these people, they be like, Mao is a communist. Wherever you talk to reactionaries, Mao is this. He killed all these people. They're afraid for you to learn to walk away from the system, to walk away from the government.
Well, yeah, because they want us dependent on a system that we're also afraid of. And that's the scariest part is they could choose to run a system in which we're happy. Yes. And it would still be an insidious, deceptive system, but instead they're choosing to run one that breaks us and keeps us afraid and keeps us fractured. They could choose to do it nicely, but they're not.
We have I think we have an amazing opportunity, Chairman, right now, because the capitalist system, everybody's out for themselves. Everybody's trying to make a buck. If we could build a system of people that just use their expertise out of the kindness of their hearts, just on occasion, Yeah,
You
like
mean
somebody
the
just said
doctor's
medical
oath?
personnel. Like, what if we
Yeah.
had a clinic where doctors volunteered on their spare time? Like, that's not out of the realm of
Well, the Black
possibilities.
Panthers had that at one point,
Yeah,
didn't they?
yeah.
Yes,
I
they
thought they
did.
did back in the
And
70s.
you could have
They did.
people, not necessarily just chefs, but anyone could do it. But you could have people that are chefs that know how to cook for a lot of people, that could organize meals.
Mm.
You know, you could have educators that on their time off run bookmobiles to get books into the hands of kids. You could do these things without relying on a government to do it. The government should be doing it with our tax dollars, but if they're not going to, then we need to do it
Come
ourselves.
on, man. Donald Trump is suing himself for
Yeah.
$10 billion.
Yeah.
He's suing
Now
the
we
US
know what
government.
you know how we've always been like, what exactly are my taxpayer dollars going for?
His pocket.
Now we
That's
know.
what it's
now we
going
know
for.
where they're going.
in
Yeah.
Israel.
Jeremy.
Those two places.
You said it. You said the
I
thing. Now
can't.
we're gonna
I
be
had
going.
You
to
said
do
the
it.
word. You can't.
did.
It rhymes
just
with
gonna Venmo them
schmizria.
my
La la la
taxes.
la 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 la.
Sorry.
Hey, Jeremy, imagine if I walked inside a law building and then I asked one of the lawyers in there to come and work in the community for free for the people. Telling them I'm with the Black Panther Party.
I know it's a lot of ass.
Imagine if I went into a hospital
Mhm.
and I asked a doctor and then I said, let me speak to the doctor or whatever here. And the doctor came and I said, I'm with the Black Panther Party. We need you to come work for free in the community. They have
look.
made people so afraid of the community of other people because they learn. Empire learns. The Black Panther Party used to do that. But I've tried to beg people to come into the community and do stuff. But like they'll tell me, like, yeah, I'm gonna call you back. You never hear from those people again. So
Mhm.
what have we been doing? I told you we've been working in the community for almost 20 years. The children that we started with in the 5th and 6th grade, they're starting to graduate college now.
That's crazy.
One of them is a dentist. His goal is to come
Nice.
back to the community, to come into the community and come work, to do the dentistry. No, but remember, it didn't happen overnight.
No, it takes time to break
That's
the
good.
system.
It
But
takes
Mike-
time.
Mike and I have been focusing on education and the youth because I was a single dad. Like I've been in my kids' lives their whole lives, but like I had full custody from the ages of 8 and 10. My daughter was deaf. I had to get her special services. And we actually worked with a lady named Liz McIntyre, and she's the founder of Stop Moms for Liberty down in Florida. And just like the right is targeting children to spread their propaganda,
Grooming
we
them.
essentially have to do the same if we're going to win the future generations. We have to start with
That's
the
what it
younger
is
generations, Gen Alpha.
we've been groomed to believe that giving our time for free is one of the worst things you could do.
I know,
And
right?
the trick is to convince people you're not giving it away for free. You're giving your talent to people who could use it and can't otherwise get it. You're doing a charity, a kindness.
Mhm.
You're actually participating in
American.
civics.
You're
Being an American.
Right.
You're being an American. You're
And
helping
people are afraid to be Americans because they're taught that they should be the opposite of what we say being an American is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I mean, but it's like, but all these things that we are talking about, it takes discipline. I mean, and that's why whenever I walk into a room with activists, with people that do this work, yo, I respect them more than mayors, more than governors.
Oh,
more
yeah.
more than celebrities. Yo, bro, I'm telling you, Jeremy, you probably think I'm playing, but like right now, there's no celebrity or anybody I know that's above you on the ladder with that. Not that. I mean, cause like
What?
yo, I see what you do. I
I'm
know what
processing.
you do. I mean, and I don't trust these people. I don't trust these politicians. No politician. I trust none. There's no politician that I'm like that I would say, like, yeah, if I put this person here, if I do something with them, they're gonna do anything.
I'm with you.
But I can trust you. I can say, like, yeah, Jeremy's gonna show up. If you put Jeremy here, if you do this with Jeremy, he's gonna do this because I see you doing it for free.
Yeah, people don't understand that when you're on social
I see
media.
you
They think
serving
That's an interesting. Oh man, you just blew my mind.
Like you doing it. So like what they gonna tell me? Like if I give Jeremy $1 million for him to go do this podcast, this documentary about what's going on here, he gonna mess around with the money, he gonna do some
Yeah,
bullshit.
where's the Soros money? Come on.
Yeah, where's all that money?
I want my Soros money.
That's just like the Doge check. We're still waiting.
Yeah, the
on it.
Doge
Yeah.
check.
Yo, our Soros is the people. The people are gonna fund whatever we doing. The people, like, because when they see it, they're gonna have no choice but to fund it. Yo, it's
Mhm.
that come and bring us stuff because they see the work we've been doing for a while, but it took a while. It wasn't overnight. because they knew the old me. When I first came and started saying, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, working with kids, people looked at me like, yeah, whatever. It takes a while for you to build that credibility. I mean, for people to see it. Once they see it, they're going to send you everything because everybody feel like we feel. We're not the only ones that see this. What's going on. People feeling it too.
Yeah. I appreciate the kind words. I'm still processing that. But like I told you before, like I have to believe that we can do better. And I believe unity and solidarity are the keys. I've always believed that. Mike and I's goal always was to try and bring as many people together as possible. And that was kind of our thing. You know what I mean? So to be part of this, honestly, I'm still humbled. It took me a few days to really.
Our mission statement was to build a community.
Yeah, that's what we've been about, just trying to build a solid community. And we've managed to do so. But now
I mean, I feel like the same people over and over in the chat, like they're always here.
Yeah, we definitely have some dedicated people for sure. All power.
Respect to those people in the chat too, because those people could be anywhere else. They could be doing something else, but they're attracted to this because it speaks about who they are. I mean, they're not shallow, they're not selfish, they're not individualists. No, because without them, there's no us. Without us, there's no them, and that's how we got to see it. But I can't stress this enough, Jeremy, because you're gonna have heartbreaks. It's going to be times where people are going to stab you in the back.
Yeah.
You have to understand what you're doing is the noble thing. Is what knights used to be. What they used to say about knights, about heroes, doing all this stuff selflessly. Like Che Guevara called it, he said that the revolutionary has to be, like, you got to have love for the people. If you don't have love for the people, you can't be a revolutionary. And is anybody paying you right now, bro?
No.
I mean, you're doing all of this from the kindness of your heart. I'm telling you,
donations is what we usually get. People that support us,
it's gonna come back because people see it and people feel it. I mean, like, look, I'm sitting here talking to you. I just met you like last week, and you already you've been to two of our shows, my political education class, the podcast, and now you already have me on your show trying to build with me. This is what speaks to who you are, to your character. I could care less what anybody say. I see what people are doing. Because most of the time people will give you they'll give you a telephone number and you never hear from them whatever again. You see, I caught myself, Russell. I caught myself.
I have that effect on these shows.
I caught myself. Nah, but it's like, you can't forget that. I'm talking not just you. I'm not talking about you, Jeremy. If Mike rolling with you, if James rolling with you, like they gotta have the same energy too. So like this goes for all of us, because I'm telling you, like, man, if I told you the heartbreaks that we've been through working in the community for free, like, you would be shocked we still at this. Like, just imagine from 5th, 6th grade, you use all your money to work with children, keep them together all the way till they get to high school. And you want to keep them all together, because if you keep them together and they all know the same stuff, you know the fruits you're going to produce at the end. You watch the school system just separate them. After they all were allowed to go to the same school, they set all around the city. Now you can't do nothing. But it's like the hours of basketball. Because remember, we have an after-school program, so these kids play basketball. So you got to give them the top of the line training. This thing is expensive, traveling all around the country for these kids to play basketball. And now they're like the best. They're the best in the city. And now they're also supposed to go to school together, because you need all of this. You need the success. You need other children to see their success and want to be part of what they're part of, so you can grow what you're doing. And you watch other people in the community break it apart because they hate you, because they hate what you stand for, because they hate Pantherism. And I mean, like, it breaks your heart, because you've given like 5, 6, 7 years of your life. But then you got to remember that kid, because this morning my car was stuck in the ice. And one of the kids,
wait, what? It was stuck in what?
It was stuck
in you said you weren't doing that.
Sorry.
I got up this morning to take my wife to work, and the car was stuck on the ice. So I'm standing there thinking, like, what the hell I'm going to do? I'm sweating. I've been pushing it for like 30, 40 minutes. One of the kids that I used to work with that went to college, graduated, he's now a teacher. He pulled up in his car, got behind me, and pushed the car out. Nice. And then took my son with him for them to go work at the school, because they're both teachers now. But these are the kids that we was working with years ago, when people didn't know we was doing the work. it's just one minor thing, but it's like all those kids get to come back. You see the fruits of your labor. Now,
It's funny.
It pays off, baby. It pays off.
It's funny how it's paying forward.
Yes.
Because if you invest, it's not just about investing money. Money's what's being starved from us, but also the sense of accomplishment. If you put that time in and that caring in, that nurtures people to want to be able to give back. If they see that selflessness, that sense of community, that's what they're going to learn. It's not that complicated. We have to demonstrate the values that we want to foster. And we're not going to find that in rugged capitalism. We're not going to find that in whatever it is that's ruling over us right now. We're only going to find that when we build it ourselves. Geez, did you guys turn me into like a revolutionary or something?
Yeah, I think we did. We're having our effect on you. I love it.
Yo, I'm telling you, you already here. Hey, yo,
Already are, man.
Well, you also
I gotta say this too.
Sorry,
the kid I'm talking about, his name is Jannar Coates. Yo, the kid I saw him this morning. And yo, the way I met him, because now we talking, like it's all coming to me. Yo, his mother died when he was like in the 9th grade. Remember, he's living in this community. His mother died. Yo, she's his father's Haitian, and he's out here with like 5 of his siblings, and he's trying to struggle to survive, to go to school, because he got kicked out of a private school. He played basketball. They kicked him out, and he couldn't get back into school. And I met him just walking the streets. Now just think where his life would have went. He's walking the streets like he doesn't have no family at home. Like everything is all going crazy. Whatever he's thinking in his mind. And I pulled him aside, and I'm like, "What? We going to get your transcripts? I want to see them tell me they're not going to give me your fucking excuse me. They're giving come
on!
We went and got his transcripts. He got into school. He graduated. He went to what's the name of the school he went to? He went to Lincoln University, won a championship, a basketball championship at Lincoln University, and now he's back teaching in the community, giving his life to working with other children. Yo, like this shit is possible if you put the work in. If we put the work in, we can flip this shit. They could have all the money, they could have all the bombs, they could have all the power. But if we come together and we organize as a community and we do this in the community, where they gonna get the police from?
I'm getting chills.
Yo, where they gonna get the ICE agents from? The ICE agents are our children, but we haven't socialized our children not to be savages.
You're right.
I mean, so it's like all it takes is us. Like, yo, I don't feel sad. Yo, bro, like when you say like you be down, when I wake up and I saw you text me, I see a text from you, I'm happy. Because then I see a text from somebody else that I just met that's trying to do this work. More people coming in to do this work. I get a text from Paul. I'm happy. All this stuff like gives me the energy to go on, to wake up the next day. Yeah. All that other shit. Yo, Jeremy, don't pay attention to any of that other shit.
I know. It does, because we live in like a media bubble when we're at home. Yeah. That's why I like getting out on the streets. And Mike and I have said this several times.
True.
Like you got to get out of that bubble that you're in at the house.
It gives you a clarity.
There's social media, right? You got to be out in public.
Community too. You're out there in community.
Exactly.
Well, that's why I think there is still obviously a need for the protests and the demonstrations and the rallies, because we have to build community however we can. And that's one of the more visible ways to get people to break the ice of, I'm not alone. There are people that think like me. And if we could start getting people to realize that fear we all fear, the fear we all feel is collective, then it'll be easier to build those communities, because more people will be willing to look at each other instead of be afraid of each other.
Right.
Well, and so much of the resistance that's so strong out here in LA, and that's been able to organize around these rapid responses to follow ICE, to block them, to stop them, to de-arrest and all this stuff, has been because a lot of it started with the encampments at UCLA, USC, elsewhere, and all these kids are now having experienced that. I mean, there was one time at UCLA where the pigs tried to riot and push their line back, and the kids, these are fucking.
That's fine. Where are you at?
These freaking kids, right? They pushed the cops back, and you have to think, we spend billions on these cops, and they're getting pushed back by kids. Yes, we need to defund them, but also now those kids are out here in the community. They're out here. They're doing the other work now to keep the community safe from ICE. And it gets so frustrating because you guys were talking earlier about like, people kind of tearing down the community and stabbing you in the back and this stuff. And it is very challenging because, like, for the DSA, for example, out here in LA, they have a really good platform, right? They want to take money away from the rich, give it to the poor. They want to invest more in communities, et cetera, et cetera. But we have to find the line of what is acceptable to build bridges over and look past and what's not. And for example, the DSA out here, their candidates are complete spineless cucks. For example, Hugo Martinez is on the city council, absolute loser. And then the DSA is hugely anti-Black. Hugely,
Really?
they've had a lot of, yes, it's been a very internal struggle with them.
Damn.
I know. And so it's like, how do we need to build the community, but it's like same thing with Gaza. I can't organize with people, if they think Israel has a right to commit genocide. So then you have like, how do we, so Chairman Paul, I'm sorry, Chairman Afrika, Jesus, I heard Paul earlier. How do we build the community? How do we bridge that big of a divide? Because being anti-Black and being pro-genocide in Gaza, how do we build that bridge? I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it real easy for you, man. When I started doing the basketball stuff, working with the kids, I used to take them to other people's teams, and then they used to charge. They used to charge to do stuff that, like, I could stand there and do myself, but they used to charge the kids. I used to take them to the team. They used to bench the kids that I brought, and they used to play their own kids. So I said, you know what? I do not start my own damn team. You're gonna go to and I started from that point. From that point on, I went outside. I started coaching them. I started taking them to the practices, to the games. I started doing it on my own, so nobody could tell us nothing. When you join this organization like DSA and all these different organizations, you get your heart broken because you go in there thinking they're gonna be one way, and then when you get in there, you see everybody's there for the wrong reason. They're there for the money. They're there for the credibility. They're there for everything other than what they're supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. So what do? Is either you stay in there and say, like, I'm going to change this whole thing, or you go start your own.
Make a new system.
It doesn't, like, that's your two options. Because you got DSA over there. You got DSA in New York. The DSA in New York,
they're better. At least my experience.
No. Hold on. You're saying they're better. But the
from
DSA,
an outsider perspective.
Hakeem Jeffries, that's his name, right?
He's not DSA, though, is he?
He's not.
No. But that's his name, Jeffries, right?
Yeah.
He's the minority leader. He's horrible.
Supposed to be running, and he has somebody challenging him. The DSA is on the side of Hakeem Jeffries.
Really?
Yeah, and then Mamdani just endorsed him too.
And Mamdani just endorsed him.
Come on, man.
So it's like, but when you join these people, because look, I used to work for the mayor. My son worked for the chief of staff of the city. Like, you got to go through this shit. Mm-hmm. My son, when he was in high school in the summertime, he used to go work for the chief of staff for the city because, like, even us, we had to go through a process of learning, like, these politicians, learning these organizations, learning they all work for the imperialists. They're all funded by the imperialists. The DSA is funded by the. There we go. And
that's not Affleck, like the Affleck talk is APAC.
Yeah. There we go. And those are the people they serve. So you have to make a decision. Are you going to keep bumping your head on that wall, or are you going to leave and start your own Lion Party or Panther Party out there?
I like it.
I like
it.
It's funny you say that because that happened out here. A lot of people offshot of DSA, and now they have kind of, but now it's more fractured, right?
Yeah, but I think overall, I'm making this up, like laws of nature, things are going to fracture and come back together again. If it's going to fracture, it was meant to. And the people that break off on that, hopefully they form something better. And I guess we can't be afraid. Right. We can't be afraid of losing something that isn't really worth keeping anyway.
Well, I guess when
Mao said, you have to show the people an example of what they're supposed to be following. We had in 2012, we had Occupy Wall Street. There's always gonna be something. We had George Floyd. Now we're in this moment with ICE. In a few years, there's gonna be something else that's huge. We have to have something here for when the people are ready and looking for that, looking where to go, that is right there. It's right there for them. So I know you feel like right now you're feeling like, fuck the DSA. I don't put. They go again. I top one. Like,
You're
guys
more
were worried
you
about
can
me?
all the time.
What
No,
the
yeah,
hell?
he's good.
yo, you thinking in your mind like, damn.
I was like training myself before this episode. I was like,
you talking about
you cannot
DSA,
say Israel. I
DSA.
cannot say the F word.
Yeah, you're talking right now. You're worrying about the DSA. You're worrying about this, that. But when you start to put your own stuff together, and you're gonna see the fruits of that labor. I mean, like, you need to go through all of that. You got to go through the DSA. I had to go through working for the city. Like, I was working for this. Yo, I can't. When I came out of prison, I went back to school, and I got a degree in sociology, history, liberal arts. The mayor brought me in and told me to help him put a program together to work with the youth in the city. So I went and sat there to go work for him. But when I got there, I got to see how they really work. They don't care about the youth. They're trying to steal the money. They're not really. So I left. You know how much they was paying me? They was paying me like $80,000. My first job out of prison. Man, I don't think I've ever seen $80,000 in my life.
Right.
Yeah. But my wife told me, yo, you're not happy. They're not doing it how you want it done. Just walk away.
You know,
so I went in and I told them like I couldn't do it because if I'm there, I'm not doing our after school program. I'm giving my life now to them. So like, so I had to leave that money on the table and go and build my own stuff. And then now I see the fruits of all that labor. But you on the journey. You on the right path. Don't think like by starting over, by fracturing, that's something negative. No, that's a positive thing. According to Mao and contradictions, you must break apart first to come together, baby. You like good. It. You on the right path.
I like
You're good.
You know, I gotta add though, like, because we were talking about earlier about people so concerned with money. Like when I was younger, you know, I ran my own car dealership. I made close to 6 figures at a company car. Like I thought money equaled happiness. I thought if people saw me with a nice car and a nice suit, they would respect me. And that's honestly how I thought. I bought into the whole capitalist bullshit.
Yeah, we're all there.
The last 3, 4, 5 years of my life have probably been the most financially difficult years of my life, but I have never been more proud of myself and happier with how I feel about me. And it made me realize, and I think sometimes people that have always had money, it's hard to comprehend what it's like being poor. Because at the same time, I've been on food stamps and, you know, not knowing how I'm going to feed myself, you know, or how rent's going to be paid. I've been there. I've been on both sides of the spectrum when it comes to the capitalist system, I guess. But I think once people start seeing and actually coming out and trying to see what we're about and just realizing that money does not equal happiness. Yes, you can buy cool stuff. You can buy cool gadgets and all the tech that you want and nice cars and a nice house. But in the end, man, like, who are you on the inside? Which I think is really important. If you're not happy with yourself, no amount of money is going to replace that. You know what I mean? You can't fill up that hole with cash, I guess. So
we're taught to try. We're taught to run ourselves into the ground to try to fill that hole.
We are.
That reminds me,
money that is never going to come our way.
Did you guys see Elon Musk posted that tweet the other day? And he was like, whoever said money can't buy happiness really wasn't kidding. Sad face. I was like, oh, poor little Musk. You're having a
just
bad
think about it. Elon Musk is
Oh.
so pathetic that they didn't even want him to come to Epstein's parties.
Yeah.
That's
what he's mad about.
Elon Musk
You
is.
know you're a
He had
creep.
to
The
beg.
pedos are creeped out.
Yeah, they're like,
you know.
"Ugh, Elon. Ugh." But no, I feel I'm glad I've went down this path because it was hard for me to just work a normal job. I've tried several times over the last years, and that's why I do this full time now, because I can't go to work right now knowing that the entire world around me is burning down.
Trust me, it's very hard to do. I spend most of my day distracted, not like, I'm not saying I neglect my job, but in the back my brain, there's processing all the chaos that's going on. And that is designed chaos. It's intended to keep us paralyzed.
No, but it's like, it's the Matrix, man. We all know. We all like inside, deep down inside, like living our lives. We all know, like, is it like we ask ourselves the question, like, is this it?
Yep.
This is all the life. We all think about that stuff, man. And you know deep down inside, this ain't how it's supposed to be.
Yep.
But it's having that courage to unplug, to really do that studying. Because when you start to go down that path, you're gonna lose family, you're gonna lose friends, you're gonna lose a lot of stuff. And it's hard, yo. That the permitting task is to take over that molding process. And this stuff is difficult. And I could say it from experience. But like walking away from all of that and then being there to watch my kids grow up every day.
I've lost friends over this process.
Yo, like think for a second. Like I know we don't have that much time left, but think for a second. The average person that has children and has to work every day, how much time do they spend with their kids?
Exactly.
Right now,
Not enough. Yeah.
So if you leave in the morning, let's put it to hours. If you leave in the morning to go to work and you come back around 6, 7, 8, the children eat, you eat, whatever, you go to sleep.
3 hours,
How much time did you spend with your child?
Yeah, 15 minutes.
No, it's
maybe
true.
an hour
I mean,
or two. You know,
it's true because my whole childhood, I barely remember my dad being there except at night, and then you start to realize that they're not happy with that arrangement either.
Yeah, but you don't think that you don't think like that when you're a kid. And
No, you don't.
Yeah, you don't understand the stress that they're going through. But we're not supposed to live like that. So by me giving all that away, yo, I got a chance to be in my children's lives like full time. I'm trying to spend all the time with them, with sports, with everything. Like I would have never got the opportunity to do that if I was working, if I was going every day. And that's what they steal from us. They're still being human, living a life.
Yes, they steal our humanity. They eat our creativity out of us. They steal our time for self-reflection and self-improvement. They take away our family time. They take away our time with our friends, with ourselves, right? We don't even have time to be by ourselves anymore because we got to cram in everything else that we don't have time for.
And even in a supposedly liberal state like California, you're only given I think 6 weeks off for a newborn paid. You can have 3 months in total, but who can afford that? 6 months paid. It's insane. And people wonder why we're raising broken generation after broken generation and mass shooting after a mass shooting. Well, yeah, because we are not being raised properly and we're not able to raise others properly.
Right.
No, you're right. We don't even raise our children no more. Other people, the media, the TV, and the other children raise them. So like after you do all that work,
how they get tated, Andrew tated.
You work 12 hours a day for like 20 years to raise a kid, and then that kid be like, F you. I hate you. Like, and they don't, because they don't know. They don't know, like, they don't understand the sacrifices. It's your fault. And this kid is dumb, can't read, can't write, retarded. It's like, but you pay for institutions that didn't even teach them. And then the schools get mad at you. Like, how I'm supposed to teach him? I'm the one that worked. I'm working 12 hours to pay to give him a roof over his head. Like, rent is $2,500. Yo, I'm still mad. Like, how are we paying $2,500 for rent?
Yeah, I don't know how that's.
This is crazy. I mean, but we shouldn't be living like this. We should.
I agree. There is a better way though, and I feel like.
Hey, other countries have figured it out. It's not like it's a big secret.
Well, the reason, and I'm still
in Norway, guys.
I know we got to get out of here in a second, but like I just want to say, Chairman Afrika, like you're definitely one of my favorite people now. That I'm so happy that we met. The amount of knowledge that you have, and the amount of stuff I've learned in just a short period of time. I mean, we text almost on a daily basis now. So it's just been honestly a humbling experience, and I still am getting used to being the chairman of a nationwide organization that up until like 9 days ago I was just some random white dude from Pennsylvania. So, but all things are possible. Like,
I mean, that's still the same. You're still
I'm still a random white dude from Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
like all things are possible with community. Like all things are possible with unity. All things are possible with solidarity. I think our movement is going to expand rapidly this year because I think we're about to see the worst year in the United States history when it comes to the economy, when it comes to financials. Where I think we're going to see bread lines like we saw during the Great Depression. Maybe not next year, but maybe the year after. It's coming. It's coming. And I think movements like ours are going to expand rapidly because people are going to see us out in the community. They're going to see us doing the work. They're going to see us trying to collect money and donations.
Filling a hole, filling a need.
Right. We're filling a massive gap, I think, where the government has failed us.
All power to the people. Hey, James, man, you put that thing together out there. We'll all come out there to see you in LA. I
told you, James.
I'll do a stand-up show for you guys when you're out here. I'll set something up.
Yo, you a comedian?
Yeah, I do stand up. What is it? Not showing? You're not getting it.
No.
I'm doing my job wrong.
Yo, you're naturally funny, baby. You're naturally funny, man. That's the funny people.
It's funny, Chairman Afrika. I want to go out to LA.
Out there.
Yeah, I've been talking to James about going to LA this year, and I have Comrade John's out there in LA, I think too. She's not. I think she with the Young Lords.
Oh, she's down south though. She's pretty far away from me.
Oh, is she south or a little south more?
Jeremy, California is a big state.
I know it's Los Angeles area.
You could drive from Santa Monica Pier all the way out east on the 10 to San Bernardino, and you're still not outside the city, and that's almost damn near 100 miles.
That's
the size of the city is insane.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Get that under control.
Just get down to Disneyland is 40 miles.
Also, Chairman, I don't know if you're interested. I've been trying to talk to Chairman Paul about this. There is a protest coming up in D.C. I would love to just roll up in force at the end of the month, just representing.
No. When we're in D.C. and when?
The 27th and 28th. I have to get the exact details. 28th. It's usually somewhere down by Union Station or down by the National Mall is where they usually hold them.
Let's try to see if we could set something up where we could talk to Paul. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna text him and see what's up.
Okay.
I mean, that's 2
I can
weeks.
get the details. I know the people that are organizing it. And then, it's at the end of the month. So it'll be the 27th and 28th.
That's perfect. We could work. That's like, we got a little bit of time.
That'd be sick.
We could show up out there. Yeah, hell yeah.
Put out a call to action. Just have a bunch of people showing up. That'd be,
hell yeah.
Now I'm talking. Now we're talking. And that's the thing I like about being part of this is like, I've never seen anybody like Paul. Like Chairman Paul put out a call to action and that many people show up in a week. Yeah.
That's what happens when you earn respect because you fight for your community.
That's
people gravitate towards you. Those are called natural leaders.
You can't tell me how to feel about the situation because I went and saw for myself. I would not be involved in this if I was not 100% fully on board with it.
Jeremy, Bewildered Bunny clarified the 27th is the visit to Congress. The 28th is the march.
Is that forget the February or March? Oh my God, the Panthers and the Lion Party walk.
I'm not sure.
Congress.
I think that's this month.
Dope. I would pay money to see that. All right, we gotta get out of here.
Is it February or March?
I think it's February.
February, the end of February.
The 28th.
The 28th.
27th.
Yeah, we go. Hey, man. I'm already getting excited about going out there already.
Nice. Yeah, I got no DC really well. I can show everybody around. That'd be fantastic. Thank you so much.
Wait, just don't get lost on a scooter going around the Capitol for an hour and a half.
We rented scooters and got lost.
We talking about Cali too. I used to live in San Diego, man. I love San Diego.
San Diego's very nice. That's north.
Oh, San Diego. The weather is perfect in San Diego.
Yeah. This weather right now can kick rocks. I'm so over winter right now. You know what I'm saying? So, but thank you so much for being on the show, Chairman. Again, it's been just an amazing experience this last couple of weeks. Just meeting you, meeting Chairman Paul, meeting all the comrades, and the amount of people that have reached out to me through social media and my website that we created. Oh, for those of you interested, we do have a website, just whitelionparty.org. If you guys are interested, we have reading materials. Jesser,
I got to read those.
Jesser, Chairman. That's my youngin', man. He does all my writing for me. That kid's going places, man. I really like that guy. So he's been doing a lot of work for me. So anybody wants any information, you can go there. You can reach out to us via email. We have our own email address and everything set up. If you want to donate, we even have a donation link on there as well.
Yo, and hit him up and ask him how you can get one of these hoodies, man. Get you one of these hoodies.
Those are nice looking.
Oh, also, before I forget, your Instagram.
I want the leather jacket too, man. That's like Terminator vibes.
I gotta earn my stuff.
See the back of it too, man. I got the Panther stuff on the back. Hey, yo, hit me, man. We got you, man. We'll send it to LA.
I love it. That's perfect. But I forget what I was going to say.
Real quick, like all the work that Jeremy's going to be doing, all the work that we do, yo, this is how we try to fund everything we doing. Like by selling this, by the selling the hoodies, the jackets. Yo, you got the white, you got the Lions, you got the t-shirts and the jackets yet?
Not yet.
Yo, when you get it, I'm gonna order some from you.
Okay.
When you get it, let me know. I'm gonna order some because this is how we fund the stuff that we doing. Because like all our program, everything got to get funded. So as soon as you get it, yo, I'm gonna need like 4 hoodies or 4 t-shirts and jackets too. So let me know when you get your stuff, baby.
It's community led, community fed, right?
All power to the
That's
people.
right.
All power to the people. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We love you all. Do not forget, I will be in Philadelphia. If you'd like to follow Chairman Afrika on Instagram, his information is in
Oh,
the
yeah, I gotta do
description of
that.
this video, as well as his
Yeah.
YouTube channel information. So please hop over there and subscribe and show your love. Other than that, we love you all. Again, all power to the people. Have